In the next few minutes, I'm going to be building out a fully working voice agent, and all we have to do is put one prompt into Twin. Now, you could sell this as a service, as a freelancer or agency, or you could even integrate it into your own business. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to put the prompt in the description of this YouTube video. Let's jump straight in. So to get started, all we're going to do is head over to Twin and type in this prompt. Create me a voice agent using Vappy that will take the incoming calls for my restaurant business and then log any bookings into a Google Sheet and notify me in Slack when we have new bookings. And of course, you could, change this to your business, or you could change this to, like a client's business. It's up to you, but let's go ahead and run this. Now, while you're at it, I would urge you to name your workspace. This means that if you have a workspace, as you can see in the top left-hand corner here, if we call this, I don't know, Vappy builds, we could have all of our existing Vappy builds inside of this one workspace, so we never lose track of them and it's nicely organized. Now, one of the things I love about Twin is that it will pre-clarify what the actual build is. So if you give it something that's a bit vague in terms of the prompt, it will just re-clarify and be like, hey, is this actually what you want? So in this example, it's just re-clarifying that we want to build a Twin Bistro voice booking agent, and it's clarified everything we've said. But what's also cool is it can see that we already, inside of my Slack, have a section called Vappy bookings. So I didn't even prompt that in. It just knew because I've done other voice agents in the past. So this is kind of one of the powers of Twin, is once you already have your existing integrations like Slack, Google Sheets, any other automations and integrations that are already inside of it, it's going to reference those in kind of one big ecosystem, which is super cool. But this all looks good to me, so I'm going to say go ahead and build it. And then from there, we literally just wait and Twin will go ahead and build this out for us. Now, at this stage, what you're experiencing is the build mode of Twin. Build mode is essentially where Twin is actually building out the automation and going through all of the different steps. However, once we've actually built everything out, it's going to switch to a much cheaper model called run mode. And the more we use this run mode, the cheaper it's going to get. So it's more credit intensive to build the automation, of course. That's inevitable. But the cool thing is with Twin is that once we've built it, it's actually going to be much cheaper to run and get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Unlike tools like NAN, Zapier, Make, and a few other automation tools, it's actually going to get cheaper with time, and it's also going to self-anneal if any of this stuff breaks in the future. Now, the cool thing is it already has my Vappy API key. But of course, all we would literally have to do is just go to Vappy, go to API keys, and then just grab it from here. That's it. It takes literally 5 seconds, 10 seconds maybe, to grab an API key, but it already has access to it. And again, this is so powerful that it already has these things, so it doesn't need to ask you a bunch of questions. Because if you try running this same exact prompt in like Manus or even in Claude Code, it's gonna constantly ask you for these things, and you're gonna have to do many steps, and you're gonna keep getting stuck. Whereas with Twin, it can just do the entire thing end to end for you if you already have the integrations built in. Now, as you can see here, it's actually reading the API reference, and I didn't even give it this, it just found it. And it's actually going ahead and figuring out how it can create an assistant. And I love that you can jump in now and like see what it's actually doing. If you just want to see it at a high level, obviously you can just use it inside of this orchestration section. But of course you can click in and see like what it's actually doing and what tools it's using as well. And by the way, if you stay to the end, I'm actually going to take this one step further. I'm going to build out a full interface that you could charge clients for, or that you could use internally. And I'm going to do this also inside of Twin and literally do it in one prompt. Not even a prompt, like do this. So as you can see, so far we've created the Vappy system. It's created the Slack messaging, and it's also going ahead now and creating the Google Sheet, which I think is the last step in this process. And then what we're going to do is we're going to test it out and do an actual phone call with the voice agent to make sure that it works. Okay, so now we can see it's finished everything. Now it's just asking us to double check its work. So we can click expand here and we can see, okay, it's a Vappy voice agent. It has all of the details that we might want to know. It says what it's going to collect, like their name, preferred date, etc. Again, I didn't even give it that much of a robust prompt. It just figured this stuff out based on the fact that it's a restaurant or whatever. Google Sheet, Slack notifications. It says which channel it's going into, how it works. This all looks good to me. And of course, if we wanted to make some changes, we could just click request changes. But let's go ahead and click approve. And from here, it's literally just going to set up the instructions for this agent. And then once it's done, like I said, it's going to move to run mode. So it's much faster and can just execute in a much cheaper way in terms of your credits and so on. And by the way, if we head over to Slack, as you can see, we have a new reservation and we have a sample example of what it will look like inside of Slack, which is really cool as well. So, and it also references the actual link to the section in Twin where we can grab it. So if we click on this link, it'll actually take us to the agent build inside of Twin, which is great. And look, there we go. The voice agent is built. We have a name for the agent. It's called Sophie. This is the voice assistant who's going to be taking the calls. We have the Google Sheet, and it has the link to the Google Sheet, which we can see right here. And we can see that sample guest that we saw in Slack as well. And we also have Slack, which we've already seen, which is really cool. Now, what I love as well is that it already is giving us the option to build a bookings dashboard. So if you wanted to click that, we could do it. But I might just say here, okay, this is great. Now, please go ahead and make a interface for this inside of Twin. Now, what this is going to do is this is going to switch over to Twin's interface mode. And this is basically where we can build interactive interfaces that, again, we can, publish and then export and then give to clients. And this is honestly something that you can charge a lot of money for, but it's also really valuable for you if this is something that you're using internally too. So as you can see, it's switched over to this interactive mode. You can see it from the dev side. You can see the full preview if you click here, and you can also see the responsive fit for the different devices that might be used here. So you can see what it would look like on an iPhone. You can see what it would look like on a laptop, a desktop, and so on, even like a Pixel, for example, or an iPad mini, etc. So we'll give this a couple seconds to start building out. It's usually very quick to build these things, and we can get really creative with this. It's almost like having Lovable in the same app as having Zapier and Make inside of the same thing to integrate all of this together, and it's very cool. And after this, we'll test out the voice agent to see how it does. One other thing I really like about Twin is that you can scan down here right next to where you can also pause the automation, and you can see how much context you have left as well, which is really helpful. So this is really cool, and something that I think is honestly really powerful. And I love this as well. Now let me build the interface. I'm going for a editorial bistro aesthetic, warm, refined with French, I don't even know how to say that word, sensibility. Dark, rich tones with gold accents. Very cool. It has its own personality, let's say, It's very bougie. Now, while we're waiting for this interface to be made, and as it makes it all look beautiful, what we're going to do is we're going to test out this voice agent. So if we head over to Vappy right here, we can see that Twin has actually automatically created us a Twin Bistro reservation. And then from here, we can obviously just go ahead and publish it. And there's just a few little steps that we have to take here. We could probably just throw this all into Twin. But let's go ahead and talk to this assistant and see how it does. And remember, we've just done this with one very simple prompt. Obviously, we could keep asking Twin to make it more refined, put a male voice in, give it a French accent, whatever it may be. We could, make it better essentially. So let's go ahead and talk to it and see how it does.
Hello, and thank you for calling Twin Bistro. My name is Sophie, and I'd be happy to help you make a reservation. May I start with your name, please?
Hey, what's up? My name is Ryan Ramshaw, and I'd like to make a booking around 6 p.m. today.
Hi, Ryan. Great to hear from you. Just to confirm, you're looking to make a reservation for today at 6 p.m. Could you please tell me how many people will be in your party?
Yeah, I'm going to bring 3 people. And by the way, it's actually my birthday today.
Happy birthday, Ryan. So it'll be a party of 4 to celebrate. That's wonderful. Could I please get your phone number to confirm the reservation?
Yeah, my phone number is +66 656 48112.
Thank you, Ryan. I've got your phone number as +66 65 648 1112. Lastly, are there any special requests or dietary notes we should be aware of for your birthday celebration?
No dietary notes. Just remember it's my birthday, and that's it.
Absolutely, Ryan. We'll make sure to note that it's a special birthday celebration for you. Let me confirm your reservation. Ryan Ramshaw, party of 4 today at 6 p.m. Your contact number is a 6665641112. Special note, it's your birthday. Is everything correct?
Yeah, that all sounds good. I'll see you guys later.
Wonderful. Your reservation is confirmed. Ryan, we look forward to celebrating with you at Twin Bistro. Have a lovely day and a very happy birthday.
I mean, it doesn't get much cooler than that, I guess. And also inside of Vappy, you can have a chat functionality as well. So obviously we could integrate this into our interface that we're doing if we wanted to make it public facing, let's say, for the client or for yourself. If you were using this for a restaurant or for something else, it's pretty self-explanatory. And look, now that we jump back to the interface at the same time, we can see a full Twin.so management system where we can log in a manual reservation if we want to, which is really great. We can see how many bookings we have today, how many upcoming, how many no-shows, how many completed. This is so cool. And we can see all of the different names of the people that are coming and the size of their party and if they're confirmed. We can also cancel them, complete them, and register as no-show. This is literally something that you would usually charge people a lot of money for. And again, we didn't even use a prompt. I just said, make an interface for this. We didn't give it any extra information. It just did this. And again, guys, it has been, 15 minutes to build this whole thing? And really, in terms of work that we did, we probably did about 30 seconds of work. We're just really just waiting. This whole time I could have, ran away and just had a coffee or something at the same time. But I hope this shows the power of Twin and how you can use it to build fully custom applications and use cases that you can either sell to people, you could use for yourself. And really, the world is your oyster when it comes to Twin. But I'll see you in the next video.